Hi there, Stephen Oliver. Thank you for requesting the free books, free gifts that we've offered you to learn how to grow your martial arts school more effectively. Down below this video, you'll find all the downloads and some things that you didn't expect gifted to you, absolutely free, no obligation. I hope that you'll find them extremely valuable. What our next step is always to schedule a free school evaluation. There's no charge, no obligation, and really no sales pitch. We're not trying to sell you anything. Some schools will qualify to work with us. Some schools will also want to work with us on a more aggressive basis, and that's great. We love to have you if you qualify and if we decide that we want to work together. But what we want to do is give you an overview of what some of the most successful schools in the world, what they're doing right now to generate the kind of results. And I'm talking about single schools that are doing a million, million five, $2 million a year, how they're doing that with maintaining a super high percentage to the bottom line, a very high net profit. Typically, $1 million school will be bringing 50%, even more, to the bottom line. And on this evaluation, we schedule it with myself and with typically first with Grandmaster Jeff Smith. And let me give you a little bit about background first about me and about him, and you may know and you may not know. I don't know either way. I've been running martial arts schools since the 70s. I opened my chain of Mile High Karate schools after graduating from Georgetown University. I had run a branch for the Junri Institute in Washington, D.C., came to Denver, opened 5 schools in 18 months, 6 schools in 30 months, grew to the equivalent in today's numbers of a $5 million operation by the time I was 25 years old. Since that time, I continue to expand that operation. I turned them into franchises, grew them internationally, including New Zealand, Australia, and throughout Canada, as well as throughout the United States. And then shifted to coaching and consulting with schools. I acquired NAPNA, the National Association of Professional Martial Artists, many years ago, and Martial Arts Professional Magazine. But mostly I focused on a high-level individualized coaching program that takes schools, for instance, that are doing 25,000 a month and end up turning them into $100,000 a month or better schools through really growing the quality of their student base, their retention, and their overall focus on the results for their students. Grandmaster Jeff Smith, well, he was one of the top competitors in the country. He became the first world light heavyweight kickboxing champion, and in fact, he became the heavyweight champion under Don King and that organization. He was on the Ali Frazier undercard, seen by more people than any other martial arts match in history. 50 million people watched that fight live, and he at the same time he was the general manager and then vice president of the Junri Institute, and then grew his own organization, World Champion Jeff Smith Karate, before joining with my Mile High Karate organization and now with Martial Arts Wealth Mastery. He has many, many years. Schools under his ownership have done over 100 million in revenue over the years. He's responsible, as am I, for sharing our skills, knowledge, and so forth with some of the top multi-school operators in the country, including Sergio Von Smelling, Bill Clark, Danny Tiger Schulman, and Ernie Reyes Sr., and many, 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 many others that you may be aware of. And I personally developed some of the top Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools in the world, some of the top MMA schools in the world under my tutelage to develop their schools. What you will receive in this evaluation is we'll compare your stats, your operations results against some of the top schools in the world that we're intimately familiar with on several factors. We'll take a look at your student retention. Now, I want to say ahead of time, almost every school owner we talk to, almost every instructor we talk to, tell us their student retention is wonderful. And so far, after talking to thousands of school owners, I found exactly one where I agreed with them. But we'll take a look. We'll show you what percentage the top schools are losing per month, what percentage you are losing per month, what fixing that metric, if it needs to be fixed, would do to improve your revenue and to improve your student quality. Number two, we look at student value. what's your average revenue per student on a monthly basis, on a lifetime basis? What are they contributing to your school? What are you contributing back to them? It's a key metric. It's important to know, am I spending over students quickly? Are they contributing a very small amount to the school, or are they contributing a substantial amount on a monthly and ongoing basis? Number three, or number third is marketing efficiency. And most everybody we talk to say, again, two things. One is their retention is great, but they understand that they don't understand very well how to market their school. And usually, if they've done a good job in some ways of marketing their school, they've been in very narrow band. Maybe they've done great on Facebook, or they've done great with some level of community outreach. The reason I have that painting in the background is the facade of Wall Street, but it's to illustrate the Parthenon. We show you multiple ways to grow your school with labor, with money, with a combination of the two, with internal referrals. And we'll share what your effectiveness is, what your results are like compared to what our top schools are, and give you some insights into how you can improve that. Number four is enrollment ratios. Now, small schools we talk to who are doing a poor job on marketing oftentimes say, well, if somebody comes in, they enroll. Uh, the problem is we just don't get enough people coming in. What we find, though, is if we share with you how to really open the floodgates and generate a lot of traffic, the next thing that'll happen is your enrollment ratios fall apart. So we'll show you what the expected ratios are, compare it to where you're at. But what you're hearing is you're going to get benchmarks. You're going to get benchmarks on retention. You're going to get benchmarks on average revenue per student, lifetime and monthly. You're going to get benchmarks on marketing effectiveness, what type of lead flow you need to have every month to generate the kind of enrollments that you need to maintain the numbers and hit the goals that you're targeting. And number four is how your enrollment ratios compare with the top schools in the world. Again, there's no cost or obligation. If you want to work with us beyond that, great. If you don't, great. If you don't qualify, that's okay. If you do qualify, then we can talk more. But the first thing to do is to contact our national director. His name is Bob Dunn. Now, just like Master Smith and I, he's been working with martial arts schools, some of the top martial arts schools in the country for over 15 years. He could run this coaching program all by himself. So you'll get some great insight just by talking to him. But the first step is, and again, is right here underneath the video, is to call or text him 720-256-0208, or you can schedule an appointment with him here on the website. So put it on our calendar, or again, 720-256-0208. Call or text Bob. What we'd like to do is we'll spend a total of an hour, 30 minutes with Master Smith, 30 minutes with myself, to really go through and share with you how your retention stacks up against the top schools in the world, how your student value stacks up against the top schools in the world, how your marketing effectiveness and efficiency stack up against the top schools in the world, and how your enrollment process stacks up with the top schools in the world. So I hope to talk to you soon. I really look forward to it.